My name is Tresa Export. I have returned to Sleeping Giant today after the tragic suicide of my boyfriend Matthew Roach. Approaching the 2-year mark anniversary of his death, I noticed that I don't come out to Hamden as often to go to Sleepy Giant, the site of where everything happened with his suicide, but coming back today definitely brings memories back of when we used to go on hikes and things like that. When he was going to UNH his freshman year of college, we used to picnic there, hike. We visited the tower at the top frequently, and usually it was our number one stop every Sunday when I'd bring him back to school after he came home for a weekend. I believe 3 months after he had passed away would have been our 3-year mark in our relationship, and we were very close, and he had a lot of troubles throughout his life, and there were very, very few special people he would share things with, and it was just great to know that there's things that I know and that he's told me that no one else really can understand. It kind of strengthens the bond I had with him, and my family loved him. He practically lived at my house, and it definitely took a toll on everyone in my family when he passed. My mom, my dad, my stepmother, stepsisters, and just everyone around him in the community was impacted, and I don't think he understands how greatly he impacted everybody's lives, and how if he could come back, how everyone could change his mind pretty much. Another thing that was very hard is just once the initial shock wears off, the feelings that you get they're so hard to understand and accept. You don't know how to take them, and it's sad, but it's also anger, and it's just a whole bunch. And you think, well, there was no closure, so how do you really cope? And how do you cope when there's no closure? It's just hard because you don't know if something could have been done. And the one thing I can always remember about him is it was impossible to stay mad. And I say that because this kid literally could make you laugh if you wanted to kill the world. You just have this awful day and everything's just the worst and you don't know what you're going to do, and he could literally turn it around, and in the simplest way, just being him, just being. And I definitely miss that. He was a mood changer, and when I find myself in a bad mood or stressed out or overwhelmed with schoolwork, it definitely is hard not having him around, because he would be the person that would kind of calm me down, make me feel better about any situation. And not having that, it feels like there's still always going to be a spot missing. And then he just was always joking around, and he was a good spirit to be around pretty much. And that's one thing I'm definitely going to miss, because I don't know, it's hard.